The Jock Hobbs Memorial, the third year of this magnificent tournament for the under-19s here at Owen Delaney Park in Taupo. Every province is represented here, and we've been treated to a real spectacle in the first match between North Harbour and Bay of Plenty. Alongside me, All Black great Ian Jones and Kamu. Welcome to Taupo.
Yeah, thank you very much, Willie Loso. The Owen Delaney Park is a fantastic venue for this under-19 tournament. Both the Heartland and Tasman boys watch that North Harbour Bay of Plenty game. I think that set the tone, set the standard, and there's a real buzz, a good vibe here.
Tasman come into this competition after they lost to Otago 27-0 and also to Canterbury 42-26. They did get a win against Southland by 20 points to 9, and it's a quality side as well when you look at how big they are up front with So, also Mourie, Goodman and Ngā in the front row. Miller is a hard-working number 8, and TC Campbell scored 120, well, it was Cosmatos rather, scored 124 points in the regular season for his club side in 2016. Carl Tanana is with us down sideline, and Carl, conditions not too bad today.
Oh, they're absolutely brilliant, to be fair, Willie. There's a slight breeze going left to right as we see it, but I'm really looking forward to this Heartland lineup. They set the tournament like last year. Can't wait for it to happen again this year.
Well, they come from the different provinces as well, represented from Poverty Bay, Horowhenua, Kapiti, Wairarapa Bush, King Country, and also mid-Canterbury, a couple of their players. But they got together on the Monday, and they have put together this team here. Zach Saunders from South Canterbury wears jersey number 15, and as you mentioned, Carl, weather conditions, though, it's much warmer than it was 12 months ago.
Yeah, much warmer than it was this morning too, Willie, because it was pouring down when we woke up, but the wind has come and blowing that storm away, and it is absolutely perfect. Temperature is brilliant. It's got a slight cloud cover, but beautiful.
Heartland's in the black, Tasman Marcos and the white shirts, and Ian Jones, a special moment because a lot of these Heartland players and the other players that we need to continue to stay in the game will represent, I'm sure, their provinces in the future.
Yep, many of them have already in the Heartland Championship, Willie, you know, for the Bullers and the mid-Canterburys. You talked about that. What a great achievement from New Zealand Rugby to have every province in New Zealand represented here in this week-long tournament in Taupo. The under-19, the stars of the future, young men starting their careers. Very special moment for this young lady too, Willie Loso.
It is. Rebecca Marnie.
45.
Terrific 16 tests for the Black Ferns, winning 2 Women's World Cups in 2006 and 2010. Picked up the whistle in 2015 and also was appointed the ref at the Commonwealth Youth Games in Samoa. Last week was part of the officials at the New Zealand Secondary Schools Top 4 in Palmerston North. It was won by Mount Albert Grammar, and she officiated the semi-final between Hamilton Boys and Hastings.
Good to see the Heartland boys there, Willie, communicating, talking a lot. That's going to be so crucial for them. You mentioned only got together on Monday. Had to rush it and do the basics very well.
Well, Karma, you know better than all of us that these guys here are still in a black jersey. Heartland 15, what an honour for them, and they'll want to front up, that's for sure.
Yep, simplicity is the key for them early on. Really looking forward to the young men showcasing their skills.
Cameron Robertson gets us underway. Heartland's playing from right to left. Tasman with first possession of the ball, and it's Davis. Takes it in cleanly and just brings it down and sets it. It's like the Heartlands have tried to hold him up, but they haven't, and so Tasman will get to move the ball just along the chain. Short ball for Miller. Fortunately, though, for Tautari, he couldn't control it. And now Heartland's in a good attacking position inside the 22. Looks at the options, does Blackburn, and then they go to the right. Combinations might take a little bit of time for this Heartland side. No real advantage, and they'll come back for the scrum. Early error from young Carlos Tautari.
One standout already, Willie Loso from the Heartland 15. They're going to throw huge numbers at the breakdown. Thomas Hen with the loose head prop, jersey 1. 2 magnificent clean-outs already in this match. Prop forward, I reckon, if you're going to take some stats on it, that man will hit about 100 by the end of it. He's not going to hang out in the wing. He's not going to anticipate play. He's not going to be an Owen Franks. She's going to hit some rucks, that man there. Loose head prop for the Heartland 15.
Connor Blackburn from the mid-Canterbury will feed. They've split the back line. Standing out to the right is Zach Saunders. And he's got his right winger and Jesse Kemp there. Rest the backs are out to the left. The scrum is good. Bell takes it off the back from the King Country. Mikadi Bell. And now Blackburn just barks out the orders, wants a few forwards to go out to the right, and that's where they go. Anderson will carry it forward. Good support coming in from Lewis. It's slow. Now they look for the counter-ruck to Tasman. They'll get the advantage here. Heartland to the first penalty. Will go the way of the men in the black shirt. If nothing comes of this, Leach wants to take it, one off the ruck. Tackle comes in from Osamoa Goodman. They wait patiently. Still the advantage here. They rush up out of the line. Saunders does well. Firstly to elude the first couple of tacklers and then to hold on to possession. He set it again out to the left, the dummy. Through that gap and the pop pass up to where Nelson gets inside the 22. The Heartland's looking good. Out here to the left, Robinson. Cosmatos, his opposite, makes the tackle. 9 phases. Leach, this is good play from a side that just got together on Monday, didn't even know each other ahead of the week. And here they are combining as a team to try and open their account and get the first points of the game. It's Blackburn again. Robinson coming on the inside, looking for some work as a second 5'8". Hard to find any gaps in this Tasman defence. Bennett can't get there. Supporters there, they've still got possession. They've lost it forward, and the referee says the advantage is over.
Gee, Willie, you called it good play a couple of times because it was direct. They had good structure to what they're trying to do. They're trying to generate quite quick ball. At the moment, at the start, Carltonana, it was quite slow and they had to regenerate it. They're trying to get over the game line. Hamish Bennett, the 4, this little show and go. Got a little bit isolated. Ball spilt, but good signs. Good view here, Willie Losey of the scrum, close to the camera. Good technique, the boys. Head to head, cheek to cheek. Getting close in. Little engagement we're looking for.
Carlos Tautari, the 18-year-old, former Queen's Charlotte College.
Boys, I just spoke about it. Let's keep that gap. It's from both sides, though. We're both coming a bit too close.
Put down
Let's hold
in
the
his
weight, hold
bio
the
that now logging is where he's working, and so get a bit of time off to come to this tournament. Interesting reading in a lot of the bios there, a lot of them doing building apprenticeships. As I mentioned, logging, furniture, removalist. There's Kane Davis, who wears jersey 4. And pick off the back is Miller. Can't get away from Blackburn. Now back into the pocket. Good clearance, good exit play, and that's a nice net gain.
Yeah, good exit, but also good execution from the Heartland 15. Screwing the scrum up on that left-hand side, gave them real no options to kick. I think Tasman were trying to set in the midfield the way their structure was. The right winger, McIntosh, positioned, but they didn't give away a penalty, the Heartland 15, and the end result, Willie, they've got the line out and ball.
Poverty Bay hooker gets it in and loops around Blackburn, using some of the forwards that were standing out in the back line, ripped away from Osamoa Goodman. Impressive play, and now they've got it back. Have the Heartland team through. Rocco Dunuguni breaks the tackles. Now it's a foot race. He goes for the corner. He should score, and he will. That is brilliant from the young Fijian from wide and upper bush. And the Heartlands get the first try.
From the turnover too, and it was a double turnover, wasn't it, Willie Losey? The good line-out ball from the Heartland 15. They went to set a close inside ruck. That was turned over, but they stayed in the fight to the Heartland 15. So here is Osamoa Goodman, the hooker from Marco's, ripping it away, and then just not looking after the football as he goes into contact. In fact, like a thief in the night, Carltonana. That's a play that you'd be proud of.
Well, it's very impressive. It happened right in front of me, Carmo. Coming back in defence, he passes it. But the way he was able to go through those defenders, there was multiple, and he had hardly any room down that 5-metre channel. Big, long, loping strides of Penny Roko Dumguni.
young Cameron Robinson from the King Country. Here on the big stage at Owen Delaney Park is hoping the wind might be able to assist and bring it back. 7 gone. Heartland's team lead 5-0.
Yeah, and they had the field position that they wanted to. Kaltanana's talk conditions and wind really not a factor. Field position, staying in the fight, being around the ball. Fought now, regather the kickoff.
90% inside the opposition half is Heartland. Tasman, just on the second occasion, have now got inside the opposition half. That's a good line-out kickoff take from Bennett. Hamish Bennett kept his eyes on the ball and brought it down. And one-off play, something that they would have worked on using Bell as the first receiver, and now it's the hooker Leach. Blackburn says, I need players here, and then he just gives it back to Robinson. Looks to try and find some space in behind. It's a good kick taken by McIntosh, and where Campbell is, TC Campbell gets it back to where Woolley. Chase is good from Heartland. Came up in the line, they've made the tackles, and now they ask some questions along the chain. It goes Campbell, gets it quickly out to where the tight head prop is standing in Ngā. And it's quickly recycled. They've got players out here to the left in this match, and now Woolley, who started, gets it on the inside to Cosmas Matos. Inside the Heartland half they go. It's the halfway mark, you can see the continuity from this young Tasman Marco side. Lovely skills from TC Campbell. And again, the miracle ball around the back to where McCormick brings it infield. That's been lost forward. It's an advantage here for Tasman. Wells goes in looking for some action from the right wing.
Enjoyed the way there, Willie Lowe say, how Tasman actually set the play up in the midfield and given themselves the options to attack left and right. So playing in pods pretty much are the Marcos. And then when they had the opportunity, they sensed something down this right-hand flank, which is where you were sitting, Kaltanana. It was on, and they're pushing the passes. They have the confidence to push the passes and encourage to push the pass.
Yeah, keeping their width, weren't they, Carmo? You can see their big Matt McCormick was the one that gave their last pass to number 6 on this near side, and that's the matchup you want, a big strapping forward against, hopefully, a winger.
Bind.
Product of Marlborough Boys High School is Matt McCormick, now part of the New Zealand Air Force. They hold. Again, it's Kautari out to where TC Campbell takes the ball to the line. Thought about the offload, but wanted to hold on to the ball, and that's good play from the first 5. And now the short ball to Miller. Miller with some footwork. Miller with the try. Made it look so easy, the big number 8 from Nelson, and he brings them back into the game.
Really good setup from the scrum. They had Robert McIntosh, the winger, standing outside TC Campbell, and then they're just sucking in the numbers. And then you talked about Asai Miller, the footwork running on that angle, so coming out to win, attacking the inside shoulder of the Heartland 15. Then he had the agility to go around the fullback, which he did, the speed to go under, and tit for tat, straight back into it are the Marcos. Kaltanana, it really was that initial running line, wasn't it, of Isaiah Miller, the 8, coming out to win on that angle, standing the fullback up. Taking his time, Willie the kicker.
From Waimea College, product of Waimea College, puts them in front for the first time in the match, and they had to respond, and they have, Tasman.
Interesting setup here from Tasman Marcos, expecting it to go very deep. So they got the 2 pods standing way deep and have to come forward to it.
Robinson gets us underway, and again they come forward to claim it. Now they go to the air through the boot of Tautari. It's a good kick. Waiting back was Bell, gets it into the inside where Saunders is the fullback, and now the try scorer, Rocco Dunguni, Almost breaks away, then he offloads. Here comes Saunders. Hitting the tackle, but fights and gets to the ground with the help of Stewart. Blackburn to Robinson. Robinson with a bit of footwork, the first 5. Finds the open side flanker and Josh Holdaway. Now they work their way towards the halfway. He's a good player, the little hooker there, Leach. Ball on the inside to Lewis. Lewis inside enemy territory. Again, it's offloaded. Here he goes again, does Leach at first receiver. Now Blackburn comes into play halfback, looks at what the options are, and Kemp puts his hand up. The right winger coming looking for some work. That's good play from the young man. Now to Nelson. Bumps off the first, does Nelson. The ball out the back to Lewis. Working in tandem with the two loose forwards. They've got players out to the right. Blackburn with a little darting run. Controlling the ball here superbly. Now picked up from Robinson. Ball is popped there. Go forward, it's Bennett. He just got held. 8 phases, holding on to possession. They use Saunders with a bit of pace coming from depth. 5 short options left and right. Blackburn again out to the right. Leach gives it to his propping mate and Henwood. Look at the communication here. Now they give it to Hakaraya. Hakaraya goes too short. Options here, they pick and go. Can't get there. He's lost it forward as Bennett.
The ball's gone forward.
That deserved a try.
Best passage of play for the Heartland 15 so far after 12 minutes. I know they've already scored a try, but then grouping together 10 multiple phases and the speed of the ball, which has made it better. Bennett involved 2 or 3 times in this movement, once catching the ball under pressure in traffic, and this one just trying to reach out, just trying to sneak it over. Referee, I have to say, in superb position, Carlton under to see that knocked on. But there is a speed of delivery that the Heartland 15 want.
Yeah, exactly right. Come on.
Interesting, Willie Lowe said the formation here of Marco's just changing now, but they're stacked up on the left-hand side, so Heartland want to get their right-hand side up slightly if they can.
Good scrum from Heartland, but try scorer Miller peels it off the back, 2 off his own line, and now takes it. Robinson looked to try and steal it, but the support arrives, and now back to where Campbell is. TC Campbell under pressure, but they'll get the penalty. Good exit play and great run from Miller.
Well, just a little footnote on Isaiah Miller. He's the his uncle is Paul Miller, the former All Black. Old ogre, played with the Islanders with Big Paul, but you can see he's just a big unit, isn't he? He's quick off the boot. That's the secret. He gets well over the advantage line.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you the tip. His mother must have good feet, because Paul Miller, he was a straight through the guts man. He wasn't a sort of dancing around, and Oga will appreciate that, know exactly where we're coming from. But this going against the grain, so he had to work really hard, did I say, Miller. But he went the wide booth, and then the Heartland 15, Caleb Lewis, the open side flanker, just contesting, losing his feet, giving away the penalty. And the Marco's walking in there, just calming things down to Tard.
Osomua Goodman finds the target, and now Campbell gets it one wider. There is Miller standing out in the back line. Heartland's look interested, but he hasn't rolled away. Caleb Lewis, the open side flanker, and so if nothing comes from this, they'll get the penalty. Back at where the point was.
No advantage, boys. Roll.
Not rolling away, was he? Caleb Lewis contesting the football, which is good. It's a contestable game. We want the breakdowns to be like that, physical. You've got to get yourself into a position. But as soon as you're out of that position, or as you know, Willie Lowe say, lose your feet, you've got to make a real strong effort to get away.
Here is Rebecca Marnie. Great to see her giving something back to the game after winning 2 World Cups with the Black Ferns in 06 and 2010. I'd like to see her play a little bit more advantage, though. For me, I mean, I know she's new to the refereeing scene, but you can always come back for a penalty or a scrum, and something normally happens with these young men when they're on the attack, and now Heartland's looking to run up from inside their own 22. Nelson looked and stopped and then went into the contact area. They get it wide. Here is Leach. He's so good as Leach. And those other outer channels. Knock back means play on. And so Wells gets it. They come through. It looks like it's on the Heartland side. They should be able to turn the ball over here. That's some more Goodman you can see trying to win it back. A little bit scrappy there, but Bell does very well to contain it and then to get some go forward. Again, it's Blackburn. Leach will say, give it to me again. No, they decide to find some territory. Up they go to where the Marcos look to return it. Through the hands, I don't think it's been touched. He gets back just in time, does Zach Saunders. And Saunders, with a nice right foot, gets it into touch.
Still throwing big numbers at the breakdown. Heartland 15. And tell you what, the jersey 4 is popping up all over the place. Hamish Bennett forcing the turnover at that latest breakdown just on Kaltanana's side of the touchline. The jersey we're going to be seeing a lot of.
Samoa Goodman, college graduate. And they get it to the back where they can control it. Now the direction and the hard work from the people in the front. They clear it now. Campbell gets it out. Cosmatos sets a target. They go the same way. Here's Campbell. Some footwork. Campbell on the outside. Now the gas. Campbell for the corner. Won't get there. Ball on the inside. And TC Campbell showing why he was a New Zealand touch representative as an under 19-year-old.
Yeah, he stood Zach Saunders up for all money, didn't he? The Heartland 15, number 15, fullback. So here's ball in 2 hands, and that questions defence. You don't know whether he's going to cut in, cut out. He certainly had the speed to go on the outside where he tried. In result, Bundle in the corner.
Just been together for 3 days, and that's a good win under pressure. Anderson went high. The throw from Leach was exactly where you would want it, Carmo.
Yeah, back ball easily, simplicity, which is the key. Communication a lot with the eyes in those situations, very hard. These windy conditions to communicate. That's a pretty good nut right there, Willie.
Still inside their own 22. They've still got a bit of pressure on them here. But now they've got the ball. He's worked hard, has Nielsen. Been into everything. Kieran Nelson from Buller on the blind side for this Heartland team. Deep in the pocket is Robinson. Charge down from Osamoa Goodman. Everyone's alive. Ball, everyone's onside, rather. And Robinson did a magnificent job to claim the ball and drive forward. Gets the forwards in behind him. Again, it's another kick from inside his own 22. The bounce, the chase is good. Bounces up nicely. For all the chasers that were coming through. One of them was Kemp. Wells. Asher Wells, the 18-year-old from Nelson College. He's part of their athletic championship team. Was the number 14 for Tasman. He's done well to come and defuse the situation.
Keegan Anderson, I think the big lock forward for the Heartland 15, penalised there. Just not releasing the ball before he contests at the breakdown. Nielsen, the 6, is having a whale of a game. They're into it. Kaltanana, they really are. They're enjoying being part of this under-19 tournament, enjoying wearing that black jersey, and they're just getting stuck in.
Yeah, and that's the real feature of the Heartland 15 every year. Since it's been compiled, you know, and they're representing their province as well. See, there's the initial first up tackle. Just grabs onto him, needs to roll away straight away. That's indiscretion, but you know, with this Heartland team, you know what you're going to get. They're going to be tough, hard grafters. They're going to keep you honest.
A lot of whip here from the Marcos, so desperate to get this off the top. Show us what they can do.
They go high and bring it down. They opt to drive and ask some questions here inside the 22. Back to Elsamoa Goodman, who threw the ball in. Tautati says, give it to me or peel off the back. And he looks up, he controls it, it's still. It's been collapsed, so they will get the penalty. Campbell takes it to the line. Straight through, he should score. The bump, the run, and the try. Marlborough College and Rongatai College and TC Campbell. Campbell gives us the dad.
Funky, the funky dab. Great set phase try. It was a little short line out drive, really good structure to this. They're pumping their legs. The ball gets stopped. They had penalty advantage. Ball in two hands, taking it to the line. The acceleration, the strength, the determination in the end. TC Campbell, I love that show and go. He had players in motion, Caldanana, that was holding the Heartland defence, who, of course, their communication skills aren't all there. And is that Caldanana doing that?
Should be a formality for Jaden Worley, Waimea College. A couple of seasons ago, and Carl's shown his real class as TC Campbell. Nice try.
Yeah, the way he was able to engage the line, and just with that little decoy runner on the inside, the defence froze and he went through the hole, but the strength as well was impressive, Willie, for mine. You can see here the ball players, you can see the 10 and the 2 just stop on their heels. The power, he's a powerful man, isn't he? Get that down here.
Well, you can see the hole there that the Heartland should kick into.
A restart is taken in by Dwyer, man who's studying commerce at Victoria University. Now to Miller. Miller's a no-nonsense sort of player, straight up the guts is Miller. Now he needs the support. The ball is still available, picked up from Holdaway. And Tasman now starting to find a few holes in this Heartland defence. The dive pass from Tautari was good, but he held on to the ball. Now Asamoah. Goodman out to where Campbell, you heard the TC, the offload, and it's a good one to Ngā. Stephen Ngā, the tight head prop, loses it. He's been really good as Nelson. Nelson's been very good for the Heartland in the opening 24 minutes.
Yeah, combative, competitive. He's really around the ball, which is good, getting himself involved. But Caldanana, you just cannot hold off TC Campbell, can you? If you push up hard on him, you've got to keep going. Here's Miller, another huge run from the big number 8. Caldanana has talked about being a son of an All Black. He's certainly running like one, but defensively, just keep pushing hard at the first 5-8, the Heartland 15, I think have to do KT.
Yeah, when you've got a guy who's giving you front foot ball like Zaya Miller is, and it's allowing Carlos Tautari and TC Campbell to have a field day in the halves. As you know, coming with that front foot ball means so much to the backs.
Between two locks. Bind. Sit.
Just need to stay in touch. Trying to get the feeling that if Tasman gets some momentum here, it's going to be very difficult
Loose head prop.
for Heartlands. And well, she's playing the loose head prop here. Don So. He is not small.
Just the time now, Willie, for the Heartland 15 that have been together that long to call the line-out move now, make sure the communication, everyone's switched on to what they want to do from this line-out, which is around about the halfway. It looks like it's going to be a full one. Go through some of the training ground moves that they've done. Tanana, it's a 5-man line-out.
Line-out's been good for them too, and it works well again. Leach gets in, gets the ball back, and now Bell decides to wind up. Takes a few players with him, does the King Country rep. To the line again goes Robinson. Nothing really on, so he just goes into the tackle of Holdaway. Now it's out to Leach at first receiver. I'm sure he wants to play first 5 when he gets older. He spends a bit of time there, and they've gone straight to deck.
Number 6.
Well, you know, Willie, when you have role models like Dane Coles who are out there doing their thing, that's a new breed of hooker, a new generation transforming the way that we see some of the positions that we play in rugby union. Aaron Smith, of course, at halfback, another guy that's transformed the role of a scrum half. It's only natural for the next generation, the next breed who watch their heroes week in, week out, Super Rugby and the All Blacks, to emulate how they play the game. And I guess, well, if you've got the skills to back it up, why not?
Exactly. They get it in. Well claimed in the line-out. Miller on this occasion plays distributor, not ball runner, and Cosmatos sets the target. They go the same way. Campbell gets it on the inside to wing. Is standing. Strong run from the tight head prop. Now there's the loose head prop saying, give me the ball, and Don Jr. So shows good strength to get them to the 22. Numbers were there. Cosmatos picks it up. Scored a lot of points in this year's competition. 124 for the season. Some footwork in the midfield. Again, it's Tautari, Miller. Someone needs to go straight. Asamoah, Goodman. Counter ruck comes in, but it's too late, too slow. And they get it out along the chain. Being controlled by Campbell. He's at first receiver again. Not a good pass, but TC Campbell takes it to the line, and then he offloads it to Woolley with a late cut. Ball is up. They play on. The advantage, everyone stopped and looked at the referee. And so Tautari finds the shoulder of a couple of players in the opposition. Davis drives in. They quickly go through Tautari. They weren't back 10, so they should get another penalty here. He's got to release it. There is that second penalty, and now the question is, what do you do? Do you take the points, or you've got them on the canvas?
Got them on the canvas. Well, I reckon the Marcos, they're up 14-5. They are going to go for the points. They're going to extend their lead by another 3, but they're going, pushing the phases together, aren't they? They're just multiple 7, 8, 9 phases, time after time, and over the course of this match, Carlton, that's going to really wear down this Heartland 15, and you know, they're trying to hang in there. It's just the phases that Tasman's stringing together is why they're dominating this game.
Yeah, I think the thing is too, Kama, you can see the time together from this Tasman team. It really is so very tough for this Heartland side to get their hands on the ball, and just players knowing what to do, when to do it, I think is the difference between the two teams at the moment, just purely because of time together.
Woolley looks to extend that lead to 12 points. Shouldn't have any problems from there, and he hasn't. And just a point on Miller. Isaiah Miller, his uncle is Paul Miller, was the All Black, Highlanders, Chiefs, Otago and Southland rugby player. And he also, New Zealand rowing junior trialist. He's got a big engine.
Big old ticker if he's a row-up. His uncle was Paul Miller. Paul Miller, big, strong, Highlanders number 8.
Yeah, just making sure we're getting that right. Don't want his father to...
I did say that, lads. You follow us a deaf.
Yeah, I know that. And Carmo's deaf, because I think that he was saying it was the father. Just have to get it right as we get it out to Campbell. Campbell with some footwork. Along the chain they go, the Marcos, looking for some speed and looking for someone to get them over the advantage line. Woolley, who kicked the penalty. The centering kick, that was plucked out of the air beautifully by Bell. Now he gets it back to Saunders with some footwork. Saunders breaks the first 2 tackles. The third, fourth and fifth keeps going. Does the South Canterbury half fullback, rather. And they'll get the penalty. They tap and go through Blackburn, wanting to pick the pace up. The problem is, in a team like this, which is a bit like the Barbarians, where everybody just goes, nobody knows what's happening, and now they get there eventually. Bell plays halfback. Slow it down, though. There's Bell again. And the referee says he's held on to the ball. Boy, that's a tough penalty.
Well, I think it was Josh Holdaway, initially the open side flank for the Marcos, who just got over the ball, contested it. They're doing a really good job of all the Marco forwards, actually getting some body, some leg, someone there just to slow it down, because the Heartland 15 cannot generate speed. When they've generated some quick ball, they've looked great, the Heartland 15. The coaching staff of the Marcos will be pretty happy how they can slow and control the breakdown.
He was Yahia Kerr, who's come on in jersey 17. He was very low to the ground, centre of gravity.
For that man there, Josh Holdaway, is the man you're talking about. Carmo, no wonder he comes from good stock as well. His father, Corey, played for Tasman Marcos. Also under-19 New Zealand team, Taranaki and Hurricanes B, so he has got a great bloodline as the open side flanker, Josh Holdaway.
Taking some time out now, the Heartland 15, controlling the pace of the game. It says set phase, scrum or line out, control what's happening. Just sorting out their move, making sure that they scrum properly. Scrum up until now has been really steady.
Going into the last 4 minutes of the first half, it's been a good contest between Heartland and Tasman. Mid-Canterbury, halfback feeds it. Big scrum comes in from Tasman, as you'd expect. They control it, it's Robinson again, takes it to the line, and the offload to another Robinson. It's Ethan Robinson, so 2 Robinsons at 10 and 12. They'll get the penalty. Blackburn with some running ball in the close channels. Leach is there to blow over the top, and they think about picking and going, and they do through Hakaraya. Gabriel Hakaraya from Wanganui. Short ball, it's a good one, and through the gap goes Anderson. The offload to Leach, needs some support on the right. It's not quick ball, they might get a penalty here. It's Blackburn again, throws it. Line, well, the arm is out, and the referee, Bell has it. Best passage of play for Heartlands in the first 35. Here is the try scorer, Roko Danguni. He takes some stopping. There's the wadded up of Bush winger. Back to the left. Again, it's Anderson from North Otago. Blackburn gets it. They're putting their arms up now and saying, I'll cart the ball forward. It's Henwood. The support from the left winger. Stepping. Saunders. Saunders goes 4 short. The forwards needed to get there. They walked over it. And that's a good contest between the 2 halfbacks. They've lost it forward of Tasman through Tautari. You can see it, there's no support there, and so we've got an injury here, and the referee wants to call timeout and give me a breather.
I think we need some time out, Willie. I think it's Keegan Anderson, isn't it? The big block forward, jersey 5. Been involved in a lot of play. That beautiful interchange between himself and Isaiah Leach, the hooker, just moments before that. But he went down pretty hard, and I think some bodies just fell on him. Maybe winded. I hope Kaltanata. It's certainly a nice passage of play when they generate some quick ball and go through the middle with their offloading game. They're actually looking good, the Heartland 15. When the Marcos can slow it down, then they can't generate it and they go nowhere.
Just interesting in looking at some of the stats that are ahead of us. And Heartlands have spent 3 minutes, 21 seconds inside the Tasman 22. And Tasman just 1 minute 36. So they've certainly had their chances, have Heartlands. They've been camped down here for a considerable amount of time. And it's always the way, isn't it? That when you come together on Monday, you get 3 training sessions basically together to try and work out the line-outs to get your scrums solid. And then from there, just knowing exactly how players are going to offload or where they're going to be at certain times.
Really important those situations for the coach to be very clear on the individual's role within the game plan, what you have to do. Thankfully, Keegan Anderson's okay, back into the scrum. A good opportunity to close on half-time, Woody Lowe say, well, the Heartland 15 to go.
Scrum first, because I know that we always talk about where the backs are standing, but unless you get the ball out of the scrum, and so now it's a matter of just concentrating on first things first. Roko Danguni is standing in at first receiver. We know how dangerous he is, but they get it. Bell takes it off the back, peels around the right. Bell is isolated. Now he presents it. It's slow ball. Bennett picks and goes in the close channels. Leach will cut it. No problem with that. Didn't need a second invitation either. Did the Poverty Bay hooker. Again, they pick and go. He's put his hand out. Thought he got there, Bell. Looked like a try, but the referee said no. And now they get close. That's been lost forward. Tasman coming for the counter ruck.
No, boys, no advantage for the knock-on.
They'll get another scrum, but I thought that was a try to Bell.
I was out of my seat. Actually celebrating. I know we got a TMO sideline by Carl Tanana, referee in wonderful position though. to see if the ball brushed the line or didn't. And just short, Bell, the big, strong number 8. You can see the line there. He wants to reach out and certainly did not, I'm afraid, Willie Losay hit any of the chalk on the white line.
Good call from the referee. He was in a very good position to make that decision. But they're still under the pump, Tasman, and they need to score here. Last passage of play in the first half. They've got a big open side, right-hand side, where Saunders and Kemp are standing. Scrum first. They've got to go right, surely. They've got to get it out of there first. Now they go right. Here goes Blackburn. Blackburn throws the dummy. Blackburn goes close. He's over. Great reward for Heartland. And that is just what the doctor ordered.
Well, that was a scrum under all sorts of pressure. And what we need to focus on when we take a look at this replay is the wonderful work of the big, strong Heartland number 8, Bell. He had to reach in a long way to regather the ball, pretty much on the front row. And then the flick, and Blackburn, well, he had a 2-on-1 situation, strong enough to go himself, Kaltanana, and the leg drive, the termination in the end.
Well, it was the missed tackle from Miller, which propelled him and got him over that advantage line, and then Campbell couldn't stay with him. There's the celebration from the mid-Canterbury halfback, and that will give them a lot of confidence as they head into the break. Cameron Robinson will look to try and close that deficit. A lot of skill from Tyler Blackburn to get them back in this game. 2 tries each. Robinson converts. Great finish for the Heartland team in the first 35 minutes. And so you look at it, they'll get to the break, they'll get the messages from both coaches. And that is a wonderful finish for Heartlands to score and get the conversion. Just waiting for reaction from the first 5 who brought them closer with that conversion. Cameron Robinson is downstairs with Kaltanana.
Well, Cameron, a great start, but more importantly, a great finish to their half.
Yeah, no, good finish. Good for the boys to keep carrying on. Got a lot of pressure down here, so good to be back down.
How hard is it to come into this camp so late and just meet each other for the first time this week?
Oh, you know, a bit of fun, but we're doing it, so it's, yeah, good.
Always good when you've got a black jersey on too, eh, my mate?
Yeah, feels good.
Good luck for the second 40.
Thank you.
Cameron Robinson with his thoughts with Kaltanana. And so half-time here in this match between Heartlands and Tasman. And it is Tasman who lead by 17 points to 12. Well, welcome back to the 3rd edition of the Jock Hobbs tournament here in Taupo. It is a celebration of the next generation and just confirmation of the try scorers for the 2 sides, 2 apiece. Blackburn and Roko Danguni for Heartlands. And for Tasman, it was Miller and Campbell, and then the boot of Jaden Woolley has been the difference to give Tasman that 5-point advantage. And really, it started with Heartlands getting the first try, Ian Jones.
It was Roko Danguni from the Wairafa Bush who actually scored the first try. From a double turnover, the Marcos went into it, and then like a thief in the night, you see the winger with the flying wheels, Roko Danguni, and then just broke through 2 tackles. The speed, a wonderful start from the Heartland 15, who only together for 3 days. Simplicity was the key, but this one, a wonderful try. TC Campbell taking to the line, offloading the impressive Isaiah Miller, some footwork, strength and speed, and he's had a great half of football. And then the Marcos dominated the middle period of this half, clearly advantage. And Campbell, the first 5-8, he's been taking the ball to the line, running in 2 hands, did it again. And that one with the dab and the try, but the Heartland 15 showing plenty of heart and ticker. A scrum under the pump with Tyler Blackburn, a little scrum half, tried to create a 3-on-2 situation. He didn't need it in the end to get the strength to get the try, and he's pretty stoked about that. Why wouldn't you?
Crowd in here, but remember there are other matches taking place around this magnificent stadium. And what can we get from these stats?
Well, the ones we're going to take a look at, of course, time and opposition half. The Heartland is certainly getting a lot of that, so no problems there whatsoever. And the real worrying trend I think you'll see from the Tasman Marco's side is missed tackles. They're starting to drop off some tackles. They are, when the Heartland 15 are running hard, close to the ruck, and be able to get some offloading game. When the Heartland 15 have quick ball, they're looking dangerous.
Tasman leading Heartland by 17 points to 12. We'll see you on the other side of this for the second half here at Owen Delaney Park in Taupo. Well, welcome back to Owen Delaney Park, opening day of this magnificent tournament, the Jock Hobbs Memorial. A couple of divisions where you've got the Graham Mourie and the Michael Jones sections, and then the DJ Graham Trophy as well. So crowd getting in here, and let's find out what the thoughts are of this Tasman side. Their coach Kahu Mafalu was a great player, having represented Nelson Bays on a number of occasions. He's with Kaltanana.
Well, coach, some good continuity and build up to a couple of your tries.
Yeah, when we play what we do, it's looking pretty good. We just got to make sure we maintain that and put away the 50-50s and just keep hold of the ball.
Defensively, probably too many missed tackles.
Yeah, we're just not getting our shoulders on. A couple of their key runners, 2 and 15, are making a bit of damage there. So we just got to make sure we keep our line intact and complete the tackles.
Good luck for the second 40. Yeah?
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Good to have the insight of Kahu Mafalu, and he's identified a couple of Heartland players, Ian Jones, in particular Leach, the hooker, and Saunders, the fullback.
I tell you what, Leach ain't afraid to touch the ball. He's been very impressive.
You good?
It's the one change for the Heartlands team in the second half as Jaden Woolley gets us underway. Tasman playing right to left, and Heartlands through. Nielsen, he's been tremendous in the opening 35 minutes. Needed to try and keep that ball in play. He's lost it forward. That looked like it had gone forward, but we'll play on. Blackburn gets it out, and so he still is on the field. There's the little halfback who scored the try. Maybe it's in that first 5 position where the change has been made, and now they kick and look for some field position. It's taken, and Tasman look to run it from inside their own 22. Adventurous stuff from these young men, and McQuaid. Again, it's Tautari gives it off to McCormick, Matt McCormick. Back to where Campbell is, and that's been charged down. Play on. Everyone's onside. It was a low worm burner, that kick. Hardly got off the ground. Let's see if he can make better contact than he does on this occasion. Gets it, still in play, and now Saunders looks interested, gets it into the midfield, where Rocco Danguni should beat the first defender, and he does. He's a class player, this young man, fending and running, looking for the offload. There is Stewart, Devonte Stewart. Again, it's Blackburn, they clear it, the forwards want it, the offload. Leach, 1, 2 and 3, and that's what it was, because Hakaraya, good tandem, good work in the tight forwards, Henwood, Leach and Hakaraya. Taken down is Hema Alan. To the left is Bell. Kari Bell, and that's where it all started. From a kick that gave them a bit of space, and big tackle coming in from Miller. That's a bone cruncher. Gets up and goes again, does Miller. Leach has it. Leach with some footwork. Here goes Leach, the hooker. 17 short. Woolley is there, and he's stolen it. Good play from the centre to go in and see that he was isolated and get the ball. Now they get it back, and this time Campbell will look for the comfort of the sideline, and he finds it.
Gee, they'll come out direct, have the Heartland 15. Great stuff. And Leach, the Marco's coach, mentioned his name in the halftime break. Willie Lowe say, you and I, Kaltanana's sideline here, have often mentioned the Heartland 15 hooker running with the ball in hand. Not much more he could have done there. It was just great play by Jaden Woolley to turn the ball over for the Heartland 15. The counter-attack, numbers and support. Short line out coming up.
They go to the front with Bennett. Brings it down, he's done well. The Wanganui lock. Showing a lot of power and maturity. Putting his hand up as Henwood. The offload to Bell. Bell into the contact. Arrived quickly. Blackburn gets it out again. Priest with a little bit of footwork and taking it to the line. Ball comes out quickly. Very little that Blackburn could do, but just buy a little bit of time. Henwood will play halfback. Wobbly old pass out to where Robinson was standing, and now Bell coming back against the grain. Holdaway makes the tackle. They slow things down. Blackburn, the try scorer just before the break, goes 6 short. Good clean out. The pick and go from Nelson. Pick and go. He's lost it. And now Tasman look to break out through Salmon. Isaac Salmon just come onto the field in jersey 20, and they have lost it. Well, Carlton, you've got to take your chances in this game, and Heartlands have been offered a couple but can't cash in.
Yeah, they look a lot more confident though, Willie, don't they? With ball in hand, do this Heartland 15, they're starting to get into their work. Desperate defence by this Tasman side. You can see a lot of hands on hips, and Isaac Salmon, there was a timely turnover, not for the first time in this game. He's made a couple.
Yeah, the impressive blindside flanker. Nelson just too high in the body position, wasn't he, as he tried to drive. Desperate to try and get the body position down. He couldn't. But now the markers have a chance just to regroup a bit, Willie. Changes have been made, so those new players got to settle down into this game.
He just ripped it away, didn't he? Made it look easy. Good upper body strength from the reserve prop as Davis goes up and wins it. Tautari asks questions of Rokodanguni. Look at him, he just walked. Thinks it's a game of sevens, and then he gets into the pace. Winds up and goes into the contact. Penny Rokodanguni bought a little bit of time. Blackburn with the loop around. Here's Robinson. The ball out the back. It's a good one. Robinson to Robinson. Cameron to Ethan. They try and hold him up, and they've stolen it. And now they offload to Tasman. They get it back to where Campbell has the ball and some footwork. Then the offload from Campbell. Gives it to McQuaid. He's isolated. Tautari. Again, the forwards are standing out there. It's McCormick. They go the same way. They've got numbers out here looking for a mismatch. Another strong run from Asamoah Goodman. Good player. Asamoah Goodman. Back out to the left. Nelson tries to put a shot on. Can't get the body of Holdaway. It's slower. And now the ball on the inside. Player coming looking for some work from the far side is Woolley. 6 phases for Tasman, and they've now found their way inside the Heartland half. Campbell sees some forwards in front of him. Gets on a bit of footwork. Tautari, good play from Blackburn coming through, and timing is run there. And now this is Salmon. Salmon's broken away. The big prop showing some real pace with Salmon. Robinson had to make the tackle. He acted like a judderbar. More than tackling, you can see the frustration on big Isaac Salmon.
Well, he had to back himself early on, didn't he? You see him the first 2 or 3 steps when he broke away. He started looking early. Kaltanani, you don't look early, you pin your ears back.
But remember, this is still a long way out for a prop here, Carmo. He's the one that saved the try just moments earlier, didn't he? So he made an impact off the bench. Jersey number 17, he might start, I think, the next game. Just a feeling.
Geez, he looks strong, doesn't he? Good, strong athlete. Good set of shoulders on that boy, Willie Losay.
Looks like a young Case Muse.
White ball. Knock on black.
Turn it up, he's better looking than Case Muse. Sorry, I tried to bite my tongue. Got to take an opportunity here.
Are we watching? Okay, wherever you are, mate, down there in Dunedin. He'll be searching for you tonight. The next game, you two work together. Carlos Tautari from the Waitohi Club, the Queen's Charlotte College. And the angle here is not what Rebecca Marnie wants to see in Heartland's team. Get a breather.
They had been really good up until then. I think maybe in the first scrum penalty we've given away, seen in this game so far. Both sets of front rows getting close together, a little bit higher than you traditionally see at the Mitre 10 Cup level, which is why we're not seeing any collapses whatsoever. Just the angling around.
2 tries apiece. It's the same scoreline, and it was at the break. This Poverty Bay hooker has certainly put his hand up today. Young man, Isaiah Leach. He's been good with ball in hand. His line-out throws have been good, and they're accurate. It was just lost forward a little bit there from Hamish Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett just losing his the lifters there, unfortunately. It grabbed his space, which he's trying to do on the ground. You don't want a competition up in the air when it's your line-out throw. More changes, KT.
Just a change here for Tasman, Carmo. Paddy Miller-Leaf is coming on to jersey 22, replacing Asher Wells.
Yep, cool. Cheers, thank you.
The concrete placer
Time's on, boys.
is what Miller-Leaf is, the 18-year-old from the Stoke club. Concrete placer.
Crouch. Bind.
Can't wait to see him paving through.
Set. Better and hold.
Tasman, first real good attacking opportunity of the second half. Tautari. Campbell takes it to the line, and then a few decoy players, and then he offloads to Woolley. Does well to beat a couple in heavy traffic.
Next one. Out now.
They release it again. The same way to Miller. Miller now needs some support. They get in and drive him forward. They go to the same way again, out to the right. The pop pass up to where Salmon places the ball. 4 phases. Now they've got some depth, and they've got some numbers out here as well. The missed pass out wide to where McCormick is. Knew that he was close to the touchline, so just threw the ball into where McQuaid handles it. Building phases, showing some patience here, this young Tasman Marco side. Campbell slipped. He's got isolated now. He'll have to come in and clear out the ruck, but there was an infringement earlier on, and Tasman will probably go to the line out from here.
TC Campbell stands so wide and so flat, he can really challenge the defensive line all the time. Because he's standing so wide, he's taking out those fringe defenders from the Heartland 15 and then sucking in some outside D from the Heartland 15. They are, I think, Willie, going to go for the line out. And Carlton Arnold will talk us through a classic line out drive, his speciality.
Oh, love a drive. Love a drive, Carmo. You've got to go to your money ball number 2, but you have to say Heartland in that defensive set were pretty solid, to be fair. Never looked like to be broken. Even Tasman poked and prodded on a number of occasions. Just a Heartland change here. In jersey 18, Dylan Gallion is coming on.
He's had a good day, Thomas Henwood, the mid-Canterbury prop that's leaving. And there is Dylan Callan from Wanganui. Good day at the office for that young man.
Yeah, he's been great from the outset. Some good rucks. Started to show some ball skills too. The latter part.
Brendan, Asamoah Goodman. Now the pressure of finding the target. They do that through Davis. He brings it down. They wrap around and the back goes Holdaway. And now they'll look to drive forward. Tautari adds his 35 Ks. Now they drive through the middle, but that's truck and trailer. They separated, and he had a man in front of him.
Obstruction is what that is called, and the penalty is for Willie Lacey. Did right. The line-out take was good. They had good numbers in front of the ball, and then when they peel away, the two of them together, the obstruction, which is a penalty, justly so. That's not out.
That is out now.
Took you through this line-out drive. We can see the ball getting transferred to the back, which is exactly where it needs to be. When the two players start to peel away to the right-hand side, you'll see the player, jersey 2, in front of jersey 7, therefore protecting the ball.
Line out again is a mistake as Asamoah Goodman runs into his opposite and Leach. Clean turnover. And I think they've stolen it. They have through a little halfback. Feisty little Blackburn got in there and has stolen the ball. That's good play. And now Hema Allen from King Country in jersey 23. Again, they peel off that side to Lewis from the East Coast. Good to see the East Coast represented through Caleb Lewis on the open side flank, and now the backs want the ball out along the chain, trying to find a mismatch, but they just pump the legs and drive, does Devonte Stewart. Getting in quickly is Robinson. 2 Robinsons in the back line for Heartland. And that is Stewart again. So the back's looking to try and take the workload off the forward. Saunders up from the fullback position. Buys a little bit of time, keeps pumping the legs. They show him the sideline, and he keeps the ball in play. They all stood up and looked at the ref, and she said, play on. No problem. Getting back is Ethan Robinson. Throws the ball along to Wes Stewart. He has unfortunately just knocked it forward.
Let's go forward, guys.
And unfortunately for Heartland, it's probably one of the messiest passages of play that they've had in the 47 minutes of this game.
Yeah, they've been really good, Willie, at the breakdown. They have been throwing big numbers over there and therefore generating some good, steady stream of ball. On that particular occasion, they just sort of started to push and expecting the ball to come back to a pod that they had set in the midfield. You expect things to happen, they're just not going to happen, are they?
Down 8. Crouch. Bind. Come on, guys. White, just hold your weight, guys. Hold your weight. It's the same, it's been consistent. Let's keep that gap, both sides.
Straight on, straight on. Hold that.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Good scrum, boys. Hold.
Tasman with possession, that is Miller. Isaiah Miller, who scored a try in the first half. No points to either team in the second half. And now Campbell, the grubber kick along the ground. Saunders is there. Very little that he can do. The Heartland fullback, Zach Saunders from South Canterbury. Good play to get across there.
Good positioning play defensively from the fullback, but also equally from the Marcos, kicking within their 22, just continue to put the pressure on. Mentioned there's been no tries or no points scored in the second half, but it feels more than that. They've gone for a full line out, expect a line out drive. The halfback is in his position.
They go high and they bring it down. Dwyer sets it. And now Tautari out to Campbell, the loop around, and the late ball given to Woolley. Holdaway is there. They get it wide again. Campbell trying to get on the outside. This is McQuaid out wide. They can't get there.
Bundled out once more defensively from the Heartland 15, staying in their structure. Carlton Arnold talked about some of their defensive work in the second half, which has been good. And Carl, the communication is still very good for the Heartland boys.
Oh, most definitely. You see they're just on the wing there, just drifting across here. He was actually outnumbered. Come across, made a nice defensive read.
And apologies to the Waitete family in jersey 17. My mistake there. He's Jake Waitete, not Salmon, actually, for Tasman. But we'll just stay with the action as well. Bell looks to run the ball. That change of jerseys has meant that they hadn't updated. So the kick, though, hasn't found touch, but it has been lost forward for Tasman, and that's a good exit play from Ethan Robinson, the second 5 for Heartland. Good clearance.
And a great result over the last 5 minutes for the Heartland 15. They really have been under the pump. The Marcos have had multiple chances to score some points. Defensively, Carl Tanana just talked about it, been great reads on the Heartland boys, and then to force an error, and then to have a scrum now on their own 40-metre line, a chance to even advance down the field more. It's a big result from the Heartland 15.
Bind. Sit. And hold. Light hold.
Good scrum from the Heartlands. Robinson takes it to the line and looks for some territory in behind. The bounce is Kind getting back, is rolling in jersey 22. The offload there to McQuaid. And now here come the cavalry from the Heartlands team. They'll drive him to the sideline. They are desperate. Good chase.
And really good work from Cam Robinson, the 10, taking to the line Kaltanana before putting that kick through that, bringing up the Marco's back three, which created the hole.
Look at that good kick chase, just the willingness, and they're just starting to grow into this game, aren't they, this Heartland team? Look at the numbers, the keenness there. There's no way that's coming out. The longer this game goes on and the closer it is, I think it's better for Heartland, obviously.
Just wait, Blythe, just wait.
Rolling subs used in this competition, 35-minute halves as opposed to the 40, so you can get off the field, take a bit of a breather, and if you need to come back for an impact, can be used. Leach. It's taken too long. Don't see that too often in the modern game.
Well, that's just a communication breakdown, isn't it, Willie? Unfortunately, just a result of the Heartland 15 only getting together for the last 3 days.
Yeah, someone should tell Rebecca Marnie, the referee, about that. She didn't realise, obviously. She wants the game to get on. And so just miscommunication, as you mentioned. Players in the black got together on Monday. They've had 3 training runs. Spoke to their manager last night in preparation for this game about some of the players, and he's just been absolutely delighted, firstly with their attitude, their enthusiasm, and it's evident here today in this match where they're only 5 away from Tasman. Leach finally unleashes the ball. It's bobbled and Bell takes it forward. Ball is there. Blackburn clears it. Running ball, and now they bring in Rocco Manguni. Blackburn goes in again. Hakaraya. Not too many options for the big tight end prop, but just to put the head down and charge forward. A little bit of footwork there from Robinson. Ethan Robinson in 12. Blackburn again. Out to Priest. Let's come on the field. The patience. Leach comes on a ball, gets it short, and then throws a ball out the back. Good hands from Hakaraya. That is not easy to get a ball that's dropping the way that he did. And now Blackburn offloads to Saunders. Saunders spins. Can't get away from Woolley. But they've still got possession. 7 phases. They go the same way. Hema Allen. They try and hold him up. He's going to have to fight to get to the ground. Woolley's doing a good job. Again, it's cleared. The pop pass. Hakaraya has been very busy in this sequence of play. Good pass along the chain, and unfortunately it bounced to where Lewis was. And we'll all get a chance to go to a set piece, which will be the scrum. Really are building nicely.
20, number 6, black. Oh no, white, sorry.
Some more changes coming up, but yeah, they are. Once they get down the position, remember, you've got to think back sort of 6-7 minutes ago, they were really under the pump defensively, and the Marcos had some opportunities. They withstood that onslaught, did the Heartland 15. Now they have an opportunity themselves. A field position. Kaltanana really, really crucial as this game's winding up.
Yeah, especially the set piece, isn't it? Yeah, Carmo, scrum time, and just tell you lads, it's starting to sprinkle a little bit down here sideline, so that's going to become a factor as well. Heartland team in the right end of the field.
Sit. It's messy, eh, guys?
A little bit of rain down there as well, Carl, understand, so that's going to have an impact in this last 15 minutes.
Let's just reset. Take your time.
Yeah, just sit there, Willie.
Willie, interesting when we take a look at the scrum, the positioning of the referee, actually not allowing the Marcos halfback to put the ball in quickly.
Yeah, I agree, and I've got to listen more to Kaltanana.
Crouch.
Oh, I don't listen to me either.
I had him turned down in my ears. Here's the Tasman Marcos.
White hole.
Get a chance to clear. They spent a lot of time in their own 22. Miller breaks away outside that red zone, outside that danger zone. They can't pass it back and kick it out on the full. But Campbell will look to try and ask some questions of the Fijian left winger. He's got a lovely Bit of footwork, and he breaks through the first and the second tackle. Miller comes up and closes the tackle. Jeez, he's a lovely bit of footwork and pace. Bell picks and goes around the corner, but he runs into his own players first.
Just get 18.
You've still got some good highlights of some front-on tackles in this game, haven't we? Isaiah Miller done a good one. McCormick, the 6, has also done a good front-on tackle. Look at the body position here. The left leg, left shoulder working together, standing his ground. Isaiah Miller been very good in attack. We've seen him score that wonderful try with some footwork. That's outstanding defensive work as well.
Crouch. Bind.
17-12 was the half-time score. 14 minutes remain in this match. They loop around, and it's Campbell who gets the late ball back and then goes through the gap, looking for some support. Campbell, he's isolated. They're showing him the sideline, and now he comes back on the angle. Gets rid of a couple of weak shoulders and weak defence.
Number 9.
Somebody put their hands in the ruck, and I think it was Blackburn. He's been penalised for it.
He has been one of the best on display, and there's been a couple of standout performers from both sides in this game this afternoon. But TC Campbell, the first 5 of 8, always attacking the line, standing wide and deep. The speed and the loop around Kaltanana. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, great set-piece play, wasn't it, Carmo? So it's a 1 round 2 behind the centre. You can see the centre for the Heartland just got caught looking in, and that's what creates its hole on the outside. But I like the way he buys time here, TC Campbell. I would have liked Varnage just played a little bit longer for this Tasman team. Here's the indiscretion. Jeez, good player, good awareness, TC Campbell.
Important kick coming up, Willie, just to push it to an 8-point advantage.
He's got to put it to the left-hand side here, Carmo. The wind's going left to right, right across his face.
Still at 100%. 19-year-old just stares at the ball, has a look at the post. It's on his favourite side. Great contact, great result. And he does stretch it out to that 8-point margin. Geez, he swung there beautifully. Put in his bio there that said the old man played a bit of golf at some level, but don't know how happy Dad will be about that.
He's been pretty good. As Jaden Woolley, his kicking's been great, but defensively, geez, made 2 or 3 good turnovers. Big, strong lad. I'm sure the old man wasn't too bad at golf.
Cheers. Let's go, guys.
Certainly taught his kid how to kick a ball.
The restart. 11 minutes left. Tasman Marcos. He hasn't stopped trying as Kieran Nelson, the builder, wearing jersey number 6 for Heartlands. They go to this guy. Bell comes forward. That's not easy to do. To run, keep your eyes on the ball in the rain, and to take it like he did. Tremendous. Heartland will be looking to try and close that deficit. And Lewis, unfortunately, has dropped it cold, and so Tasman will get the advantage here. Ball's on the ground. And the man on for Tasman without a jersey number is Isaac Salmon.
Line speed pressure defensively there from the Marcos, which was good. They have been very good at slowing it down. And more changes, Carl.
Yeah, Nathaniel Payton coming on. I think this is just the effect of the weather coming in too. Initially done everything so well, set till it takes the ball nicely, but you can see there just ball handling is such an issue now with the rain on the ball.
They have been very good, Marcos, slowing down the ball, but then it was just that line speed out the wind, pushing up hard on the ball carrier, closing down time and space.
Come up, guys.
This is a situation where a player like TC Campbell is going to be so tough to defend. Slippery on the deck. He's got good footwork, obviously very strong. So the defence had to look after him first, and then halfback's holding hand. What's doing there?
That is a wonderful moment there. I think he just wanted some sticky stuff on the, they were sharing the sticky tape. spray.
Guys, you've both gone down on the far side.
That's
It's no
awesome.
fair and obvious.
That is rugby. That is sport right there. Well, here we go. What do you got in your hands, bro? How come you not dropping the ball? Give me some of that stuff.
Thought that's just low fives.
Crouch. Bind.
Carlos
Sit. Better and hold.
Totati. It's worked hard for the Tasman team in jersey number 9. Again, it's Campbell, a little late ball there to Cosmatos. Again, it's the first 5. This time the missed pass. Woolley just gets it along the chain quickly. They tell him to stay in. The defence comes across. Good tackle there coming in from Stewart in jersey 23. Head down, charging forward is Osamoa Goodman. Great drive from the hooker. Tautati goes in, looks left, comes right. And that in jersey 17 is Wetere. They offload and go the same way to hold away. He's lost it. And now the Heartlands all in front of them in the last 8 minutes. Look for territory first. It's not a bad game really for me.
It's been a brilliant game. Both hookers have been impressive. Leach and Osmoa Goodman, he's been ball in hand. Now field position, Carlton Nana has talked about it now with his driving rain in behind the Heartland 15. Push down there, I think, for the Marcos. Make them play Carlton Nana and then feed off some mistakes.
Yeah, 100% Carmo. He's going to turn it around, box it in and force Tasman to get back after doing the scrum. But geez, there's been some aggressive runs.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. And hold.
Scrum, they hold, and Nielsen moves from the blind side back to number 8. And now Ethan Robinson gets over the advantage line. Lasiki, live wide little half, but it's just come on from Poverty Bay. Gets in and now they clear it out. Where Lewis from East Coast has the ball. The counter ruck comes in from Tasman. Lasiki again, and nice and close. The offload to Bennett. Bennett with the one-hander. Looking for some space and some footwork. It's nice footwork from Rocco Danguni. He's through. He's got too much pace. He's going to score. Scored the first, scores the third, and brings them back in the game.
The confidence and ability to offload in conditions like we got here in Taupo this afternoon. Siki, the little scrum half, jersey 21, 2-3 dabs. He had to go. Bennett has been really impressive all afternoon, Hamish Bennett. And then the Wairabush flyer, the winger, scored the first of the afternoon. 2-3 Carlton Nana that he had to beat. The footwork, the speed, and here we go.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wairabush got a couple of good wings, don't they? Guy called Zach Gilfin. What about this kid? Long loping strides, high stepping, very strong, obviously. Great footwork. You've got to have some game to wear those coloured boots too. You might not be playing for Wairarapa too long, just quietly.
I don't imagine there's a few scouts here that have got the checkbooks open, and unfortunately they can't close that gap to 1. Still time to play, 5 minutes left. He really has got electric feet, hasn't he? Rocco Nanguni.
He's a big
Some
unit
crucial
for a
moments
winger
in the
too.
match. Kickoff, ball retention, field position, pressure. That'll be the words from the management, the leaders of the Heartland 15.
What a tremendous effort for them to get together at such short notice. And congratulations to Mark Rutini, Shane Ratima, and Gavin Hodder, the coaches and management, putting these young men together and giving us the performance that they have here for the 65 minutes. They've been competitive. They've really had the pride of wearing the black shirt, and they've elevated themselves on the biggest stage for a lot of them in their career.
Amazing what that black jersey does, eh? Makes you feel like Superman. And that's what these guys have played with. Started their careers, their pathway. One day, Willie, we might have an under-19 Heartland representative going all the way to the top.
Yeah, no question. Surely we're not too far away from that. Wellington have beaten Otago, for those of you interested watching us here. 37-14. Wellington getting the job done in one of the outer fields.
A little bit closer, it's a little bit greasy.
Still a game to come this afternoon here on Sky Sport. 12 teams, every province represented.
Yeah, it's very special. I'm sure it's the envy of the world. And they're all meaningful games, and I think that's the key to why they're so intense.
Tautari feeds the scrum, it collapses, but then Campbell can't control it. Kicks it forward, play on. Oh, yes. That whistle sometimes needs to be put in the pocket.
They're going to have to go 70-odd metres, Kaltanana, but this really is a shot for the Heartland 15.
Yeah, well, they've given themselves an opportunity now, Carmo. Now we're seeing what the left winger can do. Individually, Penny Roko Dunguna, you've got to go to your go-to plate.
Fine. Sit.
You feel, Willie Lowe, say if they want to score down the other end, they're going to have to go through a few phases, aren't they?
Yeah, but I think that Laseki holds the key for them. Moala Laseki from Poverty Bay, the little number 21, the halfback that's come on the field. He's got to take the right options, and it's just a matter of knowing where players are, whether you offload to a forward or whether you run yourself or whether you deliver the ball to where the backs are.
Give it to the guy in jersey 11.
Yeah, agree.
Sit. Stay.
Pressure comes on from Tasman. Nelson takes it off the back and just boosts the ball out to where Priest is standing in jersey 22, still in control. There's the Heartland team. Can they go 70 metres? There's Leach. He's been tremendous. He's been unbelievable for this team. Laseki, lovely pass. And now out to where Robinson is in the midfield. Ethan Robinson, there is Laseki trying to give them a little bit of a spark. The ball out the back still is controlled. It's gone forward.
Guys, the ball's gone straight across. It's just a knock on.
It's those option taking, Willie Lowe say it worked last time, and that's just drawing in the Marco's defenders, but the Marco defenders are chatting, they're standing up, they're being involved. In no way they're going to let the little scrum half get through them on their watch.
Keep up, stay up.
Nothing fancy from Tasman here. They'll just look to play out the next 40 seconds, wait for the siren and then kick the ball to get the victory. 3 tries to 2. Heartlands have scored 3. Tasman 2. The boot of Willie has been the difference, and now Campbell takes it to the line. The offload, Cosmatos. And another characteristic carry up and set.
Stay.
Tautari gets it out to Holdaway. And the Renwick club are trying to hold him up to see if they can get the ball, the turnover. They'll kick it out here. They get it back, and that's what TC Campbell has the last say in this match. Kicks at the touch, and Tasman get a victory in their opening match here against Heartland, beating them by 20 points to 17.
Yeah, what a wonderful game of rugby we just witnessed. Rugby is in such good heart when you see young men like that. Congratulations to the Heartland 15. The hooker Leach was outstanding. Bennett, the lock, equally as good, as was Nelson, the 6. But in the end, Willie Lowe saved Tasman Marco. Just clinical when they had to be clinical, and Jaden Woolley was their standout players.
17-12 at the break. They got the penalty in the second half to a try by the Heartland team. Full time here, and Tasman have beaten them by 3 points. celebration of the next generation here at Owen Delaney Park. It is the Jock Hobbs Memorial. A wonderful player, a wonderful ambassador who did so much for our great game. And confirmation of that scoreline. Tasman led 17-12 at the break. Tries to Miller and Campbell. 3 for the Heartlands. Roko, Dunguni and Blackburn. And no doubt the Tasman captain will be a very, very happy young man. He's downstairs with Carlton Nana.
Well, Brendan, congratulations on the win, but geez, that was close.
Yeah, no, it was a bit close to comfort, but no, it's good. Happy with the boys to come away with the win in the end.
How hard is it to prepare against a team such as Heartland that you obviously know nothing about?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Preparation-wise, we because last time we've had a bit of footage, but yeah, it was sort of going into a bit of an ambush kind of thing, and yeah, they threw it to us, but yeah, we're lucky to help come away with it. Yeah.
Defensively, that second half, the boys really aimed up.
Yeah, we just talked about it at half-time in the sheds, and just a couple of their key ball runners just to get on them, get on top of them, put a bit of pressure on, and yeah, sort of gave us the result in the end. So yeah.
It's always nice to get that first win too, eh?
Yeah, it's a good way to start the tournament, eh? Yeah, get back onto it on Sunday and hopefully keep on the horse and keep going.
All right, good luck for the next one, eh?
Cheers, thanks everyone.
Quality individual, quality player is Brendan. Asamoah Goodman led them around the paddock well. The young 19-year-old from Nelson College, now playing for the Nelson Club. And let's get some reaction from the Heartland team. They got together only on Monday, and Isaiah Leach, the impressive hooker from Poverty Bay, he's downstairs.
Isaiah, I know you didn't get the win, but you've got to be proud of the way the lads pulled back in their second half.
Yeah, I am pretty proud of the boys, especially coming together within 3 days and learning all our set piece, scrummage, game patterns and all that. We learnt them all in 3 days, and to come out here and put it out on the paddock, yeah, I'm pretty proud of my bros and my boys. Yeah.
It just seemed the longer the game went on, the more comfortable you guys sort of got with each other.
Yeah. We during the game we got used to playing with each other, for the first time. Yeah, no, I thought it was great and looking forward to our next game.
How proud were you when you got the call up to say you're going to be in the Heartland 15 here at the Jock Hobbs Under-19 tournament?
I was pretty stoked, to be honest. I was lost for words there, pretty much, yeah. Didn't know what to say, really. I was very proud of myself. No, I worked pretty hard to get there, and yeah, looking forward to it.
It must be pretty cool, though, to play with someone from every province in the Heartland 15. I mean, it's a cool opportunity, yeah?
Yeah, no, it's real cool because I got to play with them in the Poverty Bay squad. I got to play alongside some of the other boys in the other teams, such as Buller and Canterbury and all that. Yeah, it's quite cool.
All right, good luck for the next one, eh, my man?
Cheers, mate, thank you.
Tremendous ambassadors for our great game. The young men from all of the provinces, and Northland unlucky against Counties Manukau, getting thrashed 45-17. Canterbury too good for Manawatu, and Southland losing to Hawke's Bay. And the other matches, Waikato getting the job done over Auckland B. Bay of Plenty and Thriller have beaten North Harbour, and Otago losing to Wellington. And there is confirmation of that match. Tasman too good for Heartland, winning 20.17. Auckland Taranaki not far away here on Sky Sports.